Father, Abba, you are filled with grace and truth of the deeper meaning of life. And we thank you for the beautiful explanation that you've shared with us tonight about the nature of our very existence. It's May the 17th, 2015, and the Lord had a profoundly beautiful message to share with us all. I asked him, "Oh Lord, what would you like to talk about?" "Our wedding day," he said. "Really? I thought it was back to the grind, waiting, persevering, etc." "Well, there must be something to wait for." "True. And the longer the wait, the more special it must be." "Oh, I know it's going to be out of this world special." "I should say so. This will be the day your life is transformed from something singular and special to something eternal and glorious. It will be the culmination of all the plans and dreams you never even knew you had. It will be the day you take on the mantle of glory given to those who have left themselves and the world totally behind. It is the day I look forward to, because you shall know, even as you are known. This will be the day you leave pain, suffering, darkness, doubt, and depression totally behind you, as you walk into the life I've always longed for you to have. I know every particle of your DNA. I know what makes you exceedingly happy and fulfilled. I know your very purpose, and on this day it will be your all in all. The angels will rejoice as we walk down the aisle, our lifelong goal together having been met. Lord, it's beyond me that you should want me as your eternal companion in such a very personal way. There must be something truly amazing that I'm missing in your attraction to me and to us, and your desire for us to be in such a special part of your life. Do you want to know what it is? Oh, absolutely. It is as if a divine particle of myself was pulled from my very bosom and given the freedom to fly. She toured the whole world from top to bottom and came running back to me, wanting to be taken back up within me more than anything. As he was talking, I saw him take from inside his chest a perfectly round ball of translucent light. It reminded me of a dandelion flower that had fully matured into a translucent puff that we as children used to blow on and send scattering in the wind. He continued, "And in the very same way, I have endowed you with free will, and I'm letting you go to explore and discover the world, and hopefully come back home to me, and live here in my heart forever. Oh, how I long to see the return of my awesome creation, so endowed with free will that she can choose anything for herself, and yet she chooses only me. And we are reunited in such bliss that it makes even the angels sing. The very crowning moment of your life is the day you return to me and choose your Maker over anything he ever made. So the fulfillment of life has come full circle, and you have returned to worship and adore me for eternity. And I cannot restrain my eyes from seeing you, my ears from hearing you, my arms from holding you. Do you know how many go astray and never return? They get stuck in some dark corner and slowly fall apart. They lose the light and the joy and the very life they were endowed with, as it slowly fades away until only darkness is left. Oh, how tragic that is. The most loved particle of life has lost its very meaning and essence, and that makes the ones that return to me even more precious and beloved. Oh, that is such a very tragic outcome to so precious a beginning in life. You see, this divine essence of life imparted to you is so marvelous, so unique, so individual, that only I can perceive it in its entirety. Only I can appreciate it. Only I can fulfill it. Only I have the key to its destiny and fulfillment. And that in itself is such a sublime mystery that it sets off oceans of bliss in my being. Yes, you, my love, my little one, create oceans of bliss, eternally swirling in the dance of worship and thanksgiving, the very joy of being alive and animated by your God. That all you can do is return this joy to me in worship, and all I can do is marvel at the immensity of your love that brings me to tears of joy. For part of my very self, flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone, has chosen above all else to return to her Abba and dance the dance of life and thanksgiving for the gift of her being. Oh, it is so great a mystery that none but I, myself, can truly fathom and appreciate it. Even as your poor eyes are closing in fatigue, we are dancing the dance of joy, eternal life that was set on its wing only to seek out and return, to swim upstream and return to the place of her birth, the only place that could ever satisfy her. And I have waited and waited and waited, and finally here comes one, bounding across the fields of heaven, seeking her birthplace in my bosom. Oh, Clare, there are no words to describe the joy I feel at the return of my very own flesh and bone. This is part of the great mystery of the family. It is a microcosm of the meaning of life. Here I am, the Father, giving the seed of life freedom to choose eternity with me or damnation, freedom to live a lie or the truth. Oh, what wonderful and sublime things are yet to be understood by humankind. And in heaven that will become reality, and you will gain insight, the insight needed to understand this great mystery of creation, and why I have planned that each male should have his completion in a female, and together they should produce offspring. Here I have given you only a seed of understanding, a fleeting look into the cycle of life as I planned it, with its most glorious outcome. Now I want you to meditate on these profound elements of life, with the knowledge in mind that soon yours will be coming to completion in my arms for all of eternity. This is something to be cherished and pondered deeply. I bless you now with my endless affection for each and every one. Please continue in your abandonment of the world, for very soon you will have arrived at your final destination.